Guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. Well, there have been some stuff heating up in the Madeline Soto case, and it's gonna burn you up. It's gonna really burn you up because it's burning me up. I've been watching the Osceola County clerk website, and the filings are crazy as of this year. There are like files after files after files from Stephen Stern's lawyers. And Channel 9 WFTV here locally, to me, as you guys know, I'm local to this case, breaks it down really good, and I am going to interrupt because you guys know, gotta do that for fair use. But let's break it down a little bit and see what is coming ahead in this case.
Stephen Stearns is trying to get out of facing the death penalty, and his attorneys want the public to be kept out of the courtroom for case hearings until the trial.
You'll recall Stearns charged with the murder, and that's of the 13-year-old daughter of his girlfriend, Maddie Soto. And Channel 9's Nick Pampantona sorted through court records all day and found some interesting details. Nick, what is his attorney trying to get done here?
You know, the judge has a ton of rulings dumped on him over the last week. An attorney told me it could be that Stephen Stearns' team wanted to just submit them all at once, but it's probably more than that.
Yeah, they're really throwing a lot out there.
The number of filings impressing even the people who do it for a living. Attorneys for Stephen Stearns dropping more than 50 requests on the judge's desk since last Thursday, including requests to get rid of the death penalty, prevent the jury from seeing certain evidence, even disallowing the use of the word murder to describe the crime scene.
Using the word murder at trial implies criminal intent. Homicide is intent neutral. So it's just safer. It just means that somebody died.
Attorney Thomas Fighter said many of the 345 pages included routine asks, things he himself would request. Some of them less common, like a request to shut the public out of all future court proceedings until the trial begins to avoid tainting the jury.
To close us off from, what is a public forum would be difficult for the judge to do.
Yeah. I had heard about, like I said, I was sifting through them. It's been a crazy last couple weeks, you guys. Sifted through exactly all this information, and I have not disseminated it as well as these guys have. And of course, this guy's an expert here. And they wanted to get rid of the term murder, and I believe especially for this first trial, because this is the trial on the sexual stuff. I'm going to put it that way. And then, of course, the murder trial is tentatively right now scheduled in September. This is the trial that the state wants to find him guilty and then use that to put the death penalty on the table and, for his murder trial. So it didn't surprise me to hear that they wanted to disallow the term murder or mention the murder of Madeline at all during this first trial. Again, I don't know if that's going to work for them, but that didn't surprise me. And changing it to homicide, it's like, tit or tat, but what pisses me off is they want to cut the public out of everything until this trial begins. Yeah. They want to seal all the hearings from you and me. And of course the media. Because everyone, they just want to keep us out. The excuse is it's going to taint the jury pool. I have to say that I think the entire state of Florida, especially Central Florida, knows of this case. Although I will say there are going to be people they're going to find that don't have as much familiarity with the Madeline Soto disappearance, and then of course eventually finding her and finding her murdered. But it's definitely a widely known case. And I'm kind of more surprised they didn't try for a change of venue more than anything else.
But he can do it if the defense is able to demonstrate compelling circumstances.
But looking at the sheer number of motions, Fighter said it went beyond defense attorneys doing an A-plus job and trying to prevent Stearns from claiming ineffective counsel on appeal. He thought it could be a deliberate strategy, just as leadership at the prosecutor's office was turning over.
It could be that she knows that this office is understaffed at the moment. They've had a lot of turnover, so they're using this as a tactic to try to overwhelm the office into giving them a better plea deal.
The public defender in this case, Beth Borden, has 25 years of experience and a team of 4 or 5 working under her. Fighter called her one of the best in the Ninth Circuit.
She's one of the best on the circuit. Okay. There is changes in this area because we just had the former district attorney get her position back. So yeah, I think it's kind of a sneaky way for his representation, his attorney, to try to get anything through the door there. I hope the judge sees through all this garbage, and the mere fact that this defense attorney would be trying this hard for someone as slimy and disgusting as Stephen Stearns, it just makes me sick. It truly, it makes me sick. I mean, yeah, everyone, and I say this here all the time, guys. I say this here all the time on the channel. Everyone, no matter how horrible you are, okay, you deserve a fair trial. You deserve representation, all that stuff. I mean, that's basic legal rights, and as an American. But this to me is beyond. And it just makes me mad. It makes me, and beyond making me sick, it makes me really mad. Because we all are out here for justice for Madeline. So I'm hoping that the state prosecution team is going to step up their game right now and look back and fight this tooth and nail. I believe Mr. J, who just did who was just with the Sarah Boone trial, I believe he's one of the attorneys with the state, but I have to double check on that. I know he did that horrible deposition, the deal that we all despise with Jen Soto, and last year, and I hate it. I really do. And he did all that, and so I feeling he might be one of the state attorneys on it. But I'm hoping that all this stuff just falls to the wayside. And like I said, it really can get your blood pressure up. It truly can. All right, so let me actually pull up. You kind of saw a piece of it during the news piece from WFTV. This is the Osceola Clerk's website. Stearns actually has 3 files on here. One of them is pretty much a nothing burger, but there's one for all the essay stuff, and then there's one for the first degree murder. So, and you have to keep jumping back and forth because a lot of these filings that this attorney has made are under the murder charge. So these are all right here. These are all of the motions, all the stuff that she has filed. It looks like 2-3, 2-4. I mean, she's just keeping the clerk like busy. I mean, we have to go all the way down here to see when she started. Okay, it was pretty quiet through the holidays. You can see right here, 11/19 is the last stuff we're seeing. They're starting to get discovery, all that sort of stuff. And then, you have one more there, amended state's witness list. And then you have the 12/18, excuse me. And then, we start jumping into the new year. And boom! She is like hit the ground running. And she's taking depositions. And I am going to go through that. I know some of the other channels have put it out, but I'm not going to go through it on this particular video. There are some updates on that. But lots and lots of stuff have been happening, obviously, because the trial is scheduled to start February 24th for jury selection. And who knows if it's going to take 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. I am scheduled to take at least 2 to 3 days off for this trial. So more on that soon. I am definitely going to be sitting there in support of Madeline Soto. But here's the challenge to the jury panel. Motion for court reporter to note the race of all jurors. I mean, wow, look at this, guys. For the court reporter to note the race of all jurors examined during jury selection. That is a crazy one to me. I mean, wow. And you got motion to penalty phase evidence, prosecutorial evidence of jurors, motion for personal service of potential jurors who do not respond to their summons. I mean, motion for special jury instruction on mercy. He doesn't deserve mercy, but, it's to be free. Oh, here we go. Defendant's motion to be free from physical restraint and use normal writing instruments. So, of course, we heard about all that during Sarah Boone's trial. Again, she is filing any and all motions she can find. It just seems like she's got her team going, oh, there's a motion we could file. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's keep the clerk and the state busy, busy, busy. And I don't know what, if they're right, if it's just because there's so many changes in the district offices that they are hoping that this is going to throw them off their game. I don't know if this is just her, what. I mean, I don't know what this particular attorney's history is on filing motions, but wow. I mean, prohibit death as a possible penalty, but possibility of penalty. Motion to prohibit questioning of potential jurors as their willingness to render a verdict for the death penalty. I mean, golly. I mean, to me, it's like, it's just crazy, 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 guys. And I don't know. I mean, I just saw all this stuff, and I'm really glad that Channel 9 just did a piece on it, because I was about to cover it, which I'm doing now, but I was about to cover it, and I was going to have to pull up every single one and look at it more in depth, but thanks to Channel 9, that really helped a bit. So if you guys aren't already subscribed to them, definitely do that, because they are one of our locals here, and they have been covering the case from day one. Oops. Three, two, one. So let me know you guys' thoughts on all this initial garbage. I am going to try to sift through it some more, because, wow, I mean, I will never claim that I know all this stuff, because I don't. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not any of those experts, and I don't play one on YouTube, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm actually hoping that Peter from The Lawyer might cover this, because he is amazing at explaining a lot of the legal stuff, and he is definitely one to cover it, or one of the other guys. So I am curious on who's going to pick up that side of things, so we can make sure we have accurate information on the legal aspects of things. But we are getting close to starting the road to justice for sweet Madeline, okay? This is the reason that we are all here for this, if you're following this case, you guys know I followed it. I mean, I started covering it from the moment I heard that she was missing. As soon as I heard that there was a teenager missing, from Hunters Creek Middle School, I'm from Kissimmee originally. I grew up in that area, and I'm now in Orlando. This is so close to home. It's awful, and all these other cases out there, they're all awful in their own way. With other like right now, I'm following on Brooks's channel, CLL, the baby Evelyn trial. I don't know if you guys are following that, and if you are, definitely check out her channel. But they're all awful. I mean, all you got to do is open up your news and there's just awful news every single day. But there's something about it when it's close to you, when it's in your your hometown, where you live, in your area, and these places that they're talking about, and you can actually go see them. I went to her memorial. There's just something about it that just hits even closer to home. So, yeah. But let me know what you guys think. Coverage on this is going to get a lot bigger here on the channel. And let me know if there's anything in particular you would like me to cover when we're covering the trial and all that. But with that said, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.